So, I mean, with Bishop Auckland team manager Leon Carlin after a 3-1 defeat in North Ferriby, what are your thoughts on the game, Leon?
Individual errors, Joe. It's cost us again. It's cost us all season, truth be told, hasn't it? And we've just said in there, the talking's over now. I think you look at the first half, the first 20 minutes, we couldn't be wide open like we were against Garforth. We've got a good shape about us. We allowed them to play in front of us, looking for transitions. And I think for 23, 24 minutes, I can't recall when the minute was when they scored, we've been fairly comfortable. They were just clipping balls into the channel, running out of play, and we've started the game well. Just like at Garforth, my message was, you can't win a game in 15 minutes, but don't lose it. And for that, I was pleased. And then they've got in, they've got wide, and then the lads got a fairly easy finish at the back post, which is, again, if I'm being ultra critical, pretty much what we've seen a lot of the season. Then Paul has had a moment of madness. Only he knows what he's done, but we've basically passed the ball to their lad on the edge of our box. No one else has sensed danger to pull the mate out there, and we're 2-0 down. And then the first half's gone flat. Second half, I said to the boys at half time, we need to concentrate on getting the first goal. We can't do what we did at Garforth and concede early and give ourselves no chance at all. The task was get the first goal, be brave, get on the ball, stay on the ball, and you take that third goal, which is as poor as you'll see from Alfie. And I've just said that in there. Alfie's had a lot of praise this year, and rightly so. However, that third goal, particularly after we've just scored to get ourselves back in the game, is inexcusable. But as a performance, Joe, second half, we've probably had 75% possession. No real threat on our goal. We've had 3 or 4 gilt-edged opportunities where we should be scoring. I'm standing here now in a position where the minimum we should have got out of this game is a draw, if not win the game. However, you deserve nothing when you concede 3 goals as poor as that.
Obviously, when we look at the team today, obviously there's only 13, 14, obviously including yourself,
Yeah.
Alex and Isaac on the bench.
Yeah.
How would you really go into a game with that little of a squad?
Borderline impossible. What you can't do is write the game off and feel sorry for yourself because you're low on numbers. We run with 18, 19 as a squad. We haven't got a reserve team. So when we get injuries, it does affect us. And this isn't making excuses for the lads. Us having 13 doesn't avoid them 3 goals today. However, when you've got one lad at a wedding, Dean Thexton banned, and you've got 3, 4, maybe even 5 lads out injured, that affects us. And we've tried to do something about that this week. We've tried to bring in a couple of bodies. It's been a little bit unfortunate with certain players to bring in, but it's unlucky. And I'll be honest with you, Joe, you look at the goals today, everything's gone against us. Even the first half there, you've had one cleared off the line, the lads are suggesting it was in, one's at the post. The squad's down to the bones. It's up to me to try and bring players in, but a lot of managers will vouch for this. It's not as simple as just pulling someone off the shelf. The pool of players, everyone's fishing in that same pool. It's difficult to bring players in, but we just need to keep trying to strengthen the group because we can't keep standing here saying, oh, we could have done this and we should have done that. The talking's over and players need to take some responsibility. I'll improve the group this week. However, I could bring the best 3 players in the world, but they don't stop them goals going in our net, and lads need to take some ownership of that.
Obviously, I mean, you mentioned you kind of felt the momentum swing when we scored, but then straight away when you've conceded a goal like that, it just kills it.
Oh, it's savage.
Well, we did have opportunities as well to maybe get a second and then you can push on, but is it kind of just, when you go like that, you got to kind of just...
When things are going against you, Joe, it's just going against you, and the only way you get out of it is just keep working hard. Keep working hard and try to improve the group the best you can. Like I say, we're 2-0 down at half time. We've had 1 cleared off the line, 1 off the post, and then the second half, it's a complete dominant performance. However, having 75, even 80% of the ball means nothing if you're not going to put it in the net. Mikey's had a couple of opportunities, a few odds and sods in the box at the end there. On another day, Joe, we could have scored 4 or 5 today. But the reality is, you can't concede 3 goals, and you can't concede 3 goals as poor as that. You give yourself a mountain to climb.
Obviously, now on to Blyth Town on Tuesday. I'm guessing the squad will probably be a bit of a similar size. You may have Jermaine in and maybe others over the weekend. Is it now looking into seeing what we can get out with that game?
I've told the boys in there, Tuesday's a non-negotiable. I think Blyth, I don't know how they've got on today, but Blyth in a very similar position to us. We've had a slow start of the season. We have only played 5 games. However, the games that we've played, I believe we should have got some out of every single game. So Tuesday, like I say, Jermaine Metz will come back into the squad. There'll definitely be at least one new face in the squad. Yeah, but you've got a 41-year-old manager on the bench. Your hands are tied today, Joe. But that's no excuse for the goals that we've conceded. We need to stick together. Like I say, it's my job to improve the group. Easier said than done. But it's up to that group in there. When you look at the goals we've conceded today, to take some responsibility and not be as soft as we are.
All right, cheers, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you.